The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Sicilian Corner, winner of the Italian Heritage Media Award, with your hosts, Tom Zappola and Mike Lamazzo.
Mikey, my main man, what's going on, brother?
Every day's a holiday, T. Every day's a holiday.
I see you have your Christmas shirt on. That's nice, very nice.
Yeah.
You look beautiful. Hey, listen, welcome everyone. Tom Zappola and my paisan, big brother, Mikey Lamazzo, the Sicilian Corner.
Hi.
We have a great show today, Mikey.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward. I'm looking
of
forward
the show,
to this. Yeah.
world famous tenor, although he lives in New York City. He's going to be a Yankee fan. Michael Castaldo is going to be joining us in the second segment. Michael's got a new song, a new version of an old song that's being released towards the end of April, Mike.
Yeah,
is it?
It'll be the end. It'll be the end of April.
Yeah, and so we're gonna kind of
we're gonna post the information where you can get the song too.
Yeah, we're
David
gonna
will put that
debut
on
it
there.
in the Merrimack Valley for the first time here. So we're looking forward to that. Listen, before we go, programming note from last week. Our apologies, Mike, myself. Our two producers, we had some glitches last week with the and don't blame us. You can blame, what's that guy's name? Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, the big Z.
You can blame Zuckerberg because we had some Facebook problems last week, and Mike and I were really disappointed because we were both sitting at our computers, really looking forward to communicating with everybody. The only people we could communicate
with each other.
And we were swearing at each other. No, actually, it's too bad. But you know something? We're going to be able to do that going forward. So, again, our apologies. There was a Facebook glitch last week. Don't shoot the messengers. Hey, Mikey, have you been reading about this oligarch Abramovich or whatever the hell his name is, this Russian oligarch?
Oh, multi-billionaire.
Listen to this one. I just read an interesting article this morning. Actually, on two different platforms, CNN and Fox. I like to balance them, you know. But anyway, this oligarch. Now, this guy's worth. I think he's worth $3 billion, and he owns 5 yachts worth. One of them he paid $300 million for. Another one he paid $200 million for, and then he's got a couple of clunkers that he paid like $1.5 million, $2 million for.
I feel bad for him. What about you?
Oh yeah, I feel really bad.
How much of a crew? How much of a crew do you think he has to have?
In the $300 million one, he's got a crew of 75 people.
Come on,
honest to God. So now, because of his relationship with Putin, Vladimir Putin. Because of his relationship with Putin, the Bank of England, United States, all the Security and Exchange Commission, they have frozen all of his assets.
Good.
Like the guy can't cash a check. So today I was reading, he's reaching out to his fellow billionaire friends, asking for a loan for $1 million so he can pay
the 75 guys in his yacht.
Exactly. So he can pay the crew on his yachts. Now, listen to this one. Now,
what exactly does he do, Tommy? Do you know?
Yes.
What's his role?
He made a ton of money in the steel industry. And he wound up buying the Chelsea soccer team in England, which that's the biggest, that's the same league, I believe, that John Henry's Liverpool team is in.
Right.
I mean, big. That's like the New York Giants.
Sure.
So anyway, so now this guy gets an idea and he says, well, you know something, I have to speed up this process of getting this peace between the Ukraine and Russia. So he says, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to volunteer. Me and a couple of other guys, we're going to volunteer to try to broker the peace between the two countries so I can get my goddamn money back, right? So what do you think happens? I guess he went, I don't know if they went to, I don't know where they were. I don't know if they were in Poland. He flew to Poland. wherever they were having the peace talks.
Yeah.
And evidently, he shows up, and some Russian, what do they call it? The radicals who don't want the war to end. They tried poisoning him. Him, and whoever else showed up. Evidently, his skin started peeling. His eyes were watering. They weren't able to kill him, but I think they were just trying to send him a message like, "You better bag out of this."
I wanted to ask you though, Tommy. I don't know if this is an unfair question to ask, but his title, exactly what does he do in Russia? Do you have any idea what that name signifies, what it's for?
An oligarch, and David and Chrissy, you feel free to jump in here. I believe an oligarch, all an oligarch is a wealthy individual that has ties directly to the Russian government or works for the Russian government in certain capacities. David or Chrissy,
Yes.
is that
his estimated net worth is $14.5 billion.
$14.5 billion? Okay.
Second richest person. I don't know why they're referring to this as he must be from Israel. Second richest person in Israel. The 11th richest in Russia. 11th.
So, David, can you lend the guy $1 million to cover his payroll?
I can write him. I can Venmo him some money.
You know something? I have no sympathy for the guy, Mikey. I don't know if you do, but I don't have any.
You know, Tommy, since you brought it up, this Ukraine situation
sucks.
It's amazing what people can do to people.
Sucks.
You know something? I was watching TV last night, and they were showing bodies in the streets.
I know, I saw that.
Crying out loud.
Absolutely tragic. But you know something?
What's the objective?
They're going to get that guy.
What is the objective?
Mikey, what was the objective? We're not a political show, but what was the objective when Adolf Hitler decided to invade Hungary or Poland or one of those countries?
He just wanted to keep growing.
What was the motive of Stalin invading countries, or Chiang Kai-shek? Not Chiang Kai-shek, Mao Zedong invading countries. I think it's power and ego when it all breaks down to that. But anyways, let's move on. My other question to you, Mikey, what did you think about the slap heard around the world?
Okay.
Here we go.
You know, when he said the joke, I was watching him, and they scanned him, they panned him in the audience, and this table was really up front. I like the way they set it up this year. It was very, very good. But
I don't watch that trash.
And when he said the joke, he started to laugh. And I'm talking about the slappy.
Yeah.
He started to laugh, and then he took a look over at his wife, who was totally bullshit. And then he decides he's going to strut up to the main aisle and go to the desk, and the slap that was heard around the world. But Chris Rock handled it well. He could have ruined the show. Could have stopped right there. It could have been a horror show.
No, I
mean,
agree.
the cops wanted to arrest him. I think that a little over the top, but it is by law assault. And
he definitely. There's no doubt. But I'll tell you what. Just reading what I've been reading about Chris Rock the last couple of days, it's really helping his career.
Tommy, they were
scalping tickets. They were.
I know, out front of the Wilbur, you couldn't get a ticket to go see him. And he was there 5 nights.
And I think Will Smith's career is gonna go into the tanker now. I mean, but who knows? Who the hell knows?
He backed away. He pulled out of the academy.
But you know something, Mike? Again, you may disagree with me here.
Yeah.
But I have become totally disenchanted with Hollywood.
How about athletes?
Well, first let's talk Hollywood.
All right.
Hollywood, I think, they're all elitist. They think that because of the wealth and the resources that they have, that whatever statement they can make, whether it be political, religious, should be what everybody should be listening to. And quite frankly, and I'm not I'm not trying to be a wise ass here, but half of them are morons and don't even have high school educations. That's number one. Number two, it infuriates me when people use that elite status to try to foist their opinions on other people.
There's a time and place for everything, whether it be the football field or whether it be standing when you're getting an award.
Same thing with professional athletes, Mikey. You're dead on.
When you're getting an award, something. Let's be in the moment. Let's enjoy what's happening. You were fortunate. You were blessed. Accept it. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care. I have my own
totally
thoughts.
Right.
I have my
totally
own
right.
thoughts on things.
I agree with that.
And you get these girl singers in particular. Oh, my aching.
Well, something, though, I got to tell you, I mean, like, I'm not a big Cardi B fan. Is that her name, Cardi B? But I watched a little bit of the Grammys the other night, and I thought the Grammys were actually, it was a nice bit of fresh air compared to the Oscars, I mean, some of the music I'm not crazy about, but I think overall it was a positive event. I didn't watch very, very much of it, but from what I read too, it seemed like a positive event. So
I watched quite a bit of it, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed it.
How'd you like Al Martino? Did you think he was any good?
Al Martino, yeah, he was very good. Yeah.
He's a little stiff.
Well, he looked a little ashy.
Did he really?
Yeah, he needed to get out in the sun a little bit more. I'll tell you, what a gentleman, huh, Tom? You and I, just like our next guest, I mean, we have booked, I think we had, we did 4 shows or 3 shows?
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5, because you got him drunk the last one.
That was
too much Sambuca. Too much Sambuca.
Something got out of hand that night.
You know who I'm thinking of right now, T?
Who's that?
God bless him, Julius La Rosa, when he almost fell off the stage on Common Street in Union Street during the Feast of the Three Saints.
That we booked him. I totally forgot about that.
That was right at the beginning.
Yeah, because we had him on the small bandstand at the time, and that was the. You didn't work with me that was the first year.
That was the first year.
Yeah, what we did
I was the gopher, Tom. I was the gopher.
Right, you were the gopher. I forgot about that. On Friday night, we had Julie La Rosa on the small stage, and then the next night we had Jerry Vale at the Common.
Exactly.
For the big event, which was Jerry Vale was good too, but Julie La Rosa I thought he was outstanding.
People loved him, but when he got too close to the edge and he almost toppled over, oh my aching head.
Yeah, no, he was good. And you know what I liked about Julie La Rosa? He was a full-blooded Sicilian and spoke the old Sicilian. So he was communicating with a lot of people in the audience, speaking the old.
They loved him. He had the audience in the palm of his hand. Yeah, and that's so important.
Very good.
It's so important, communication and getting in there and having fun with the crowd and playing to what they want to hear.
Mikey, speaking of communication, we have our 100th coming up next year, 100th feast.
We're talking about you're talking about the Feast of the Three Saints.
Yeah, and my pal and your pal Wayne Peters, we were chatting, and Tony Palmisano, we were chatting about
Tony's doing a great job as president, by the way.
Fantastic.
There's a lot of harmony. The guys are getting along, T, and something. Hats off to him.
Well, Mikey, honestly, we're thinking about. We'd love to hopefully get some big entertainment back.
I think you guys should
for next year
for the 100th. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. So maybe you and I can talk about that someday, huh?
You can give me a call anytime, Tom.
Okay. All right. Listen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring in a few seconds right after the break, Michael Castaldo, tenor extraordinaire, wonderful, wonderful voice, great guy. And we're going to introduce in the greater Boston area, I think for the first time, Mike, in the greater Boston area, we are going to introduce Michael's new cut. And again, it's a new song, but it's really an old song that was a huge hit. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
By the Eagles.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State inspection station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy,
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back.
Yes, we are. Where are you? Where were you? Out to lunch or what?
No, I didn't hear any music. Usually there's bed music that brings us back in. Mikey, I got to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you know how to spell?
Spell?
Yeah. What is this word? Can you see this?
It's called a tease.
Right. Now, do you understand what a tease is?
And you know something? You're 100% correct.
I mean, you're learning, right?
I should have waited. You know, it's only been 21 and a half years.
I was going to say. It's only been 21 and a half years. Now, let's think about this before we bring Michael in.
Go ahead.
How many times over the 21 years do you think you've done that?
Oh, quite a bit. But one thing about me, T, I'm consistent.
Oh, I just
and I apologize.
You know, I got to tell you something.
And as soon as I said it,
Michael was backstage, and as soon as you said it, he started shaking his head also, which is funny. But anyway, we are really, really excited and pleased to bring an old friend of the show. We've had him at the Feast of the Three Saints. Phenomenal voice and tenor. He's got a new song out that we're going to talk about right now. Let's welcome our good friend, Michael Castaldo. Michael. Oh, did you unmute yourself?
Unmute. There we
go. Hey, there he is.
There we go.
Michael Tommaso.
That's me.
Always a pleasure to be on your show. I enjoy just watching the first segment there. Very nice.
Michael, will you explain to Mike Lamazzo what a tease is? Do you think you can do that for me?
No, I have too much respect for Mike, and I know he was going for the joke. To keep us laughing.
No.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus. Michael, first of all, you know, we have not touched base with you in a while. Before we talk about the new single, tell us what you've been doing, with your schedule, your performances. Walk us through some of the things you've been doing.
Well, like many other musicians and artists, the past 24 plus months, let's call it hibernation, and using that time to hibernate, working on our craft, getting over life's issues, trying to work through them. We've all had challenges. There's no question about it. I'm fortunate enough to have a really good, solid support system. We support each other. My wife is a scientist, and my family up in Canada, they make sure that I stay grounded. So I was working through a lot of things during the pandemic, like many others. And fortunately, I was able to come through with some creativeness. So a story to share with you.
Sure.
I released a song in August of 2019. It was a remix of a song that the great Italian rock star Zucchero recorded 20 years ago.
Sure. And he's fabulous. Fabulous.
And I remixed the song, put my own fingerprint on it to identify, because why do a cover of a song if you're going to do it identical? They're going to just go to the original version.
Sure.
If you're going to do a cover, you do it in your own vibe, your own style. And we put it out there. Nothing happened. All of a sudden, some DJ in the Bavarian region of Germany started playing it, had a large following, and started getting other DJs on Spotify adding our song to their playlist.
Wow.
So if you look at the analytic scale, it's like flat. And then come November 2021, this is 5 months ago, you start seeing a little climb, and it just exploded. And when I went to check my analytics, it's like, what's going on over here? So Germany, Austria, Switzerland. There's something about the water in that area of the world.
You're making a very good point about that, because off air, we were talking about our good friend Al Martino, and that's exactly what happened to Al.
Yeah.
Al wound up when he was kind of ostracized by Mr. Sinatra, and he went to Europe. His music became wildly popular in Germany, and then from there expanded in Germany. And he made a wonderful, wonderful living there while, before he came back here. So that's a great story.
Michael,
and I'm sure that story, the story that I'm telling you, you never know where the juice is. You just never know. And in this case here, it proved to me that, and I have a friend who lives there, and I said, what is it about southern Germany? The Bavarian region is where BMW is made. The northwest corner of Austria and the northeast corner of Switzerland, where they all three meet.
Interesting.
And so what I was told is the people from that area are Italophiles. They might be Germans, Austrians, and Swiss, but they love the Italian cuisine, Italian culture, Italian music. If they get a chance to travel and vacation in the summertime in Italy, they will.
That's where they go.
And
very interesting.
Go figure that out.
Unbelievable.
And so we've had a nice, beautiful run of Spotify adding us to what's called their Discover Weekly. And when they add you, it's because their algorithm sees that there's a spike of listeners listening all at the same time. And I'm still trying to figure out who is the person so I can thank them. And there's no way of knowing. So all I can do is just tell the story and say thank you to Germany, to Austria and Switzerland, with Italy and Poland not too far behind, supporting the song. And the song is called Baila Morena, originally recorded by
Zucchero. Interesting.
Mikey? My version has flamenco guitar and flamenco singing in it as well.
Your music tends to have that almost like some of your music, almost like a little kind of a Latin gig to it.
A lot Latin.
Right? Or reggae, that kind of
That beat.
And Zucchero is a lot like that too, by the way, I believe. Fantastic. It's a nice sound.
If you look far back in any artist band's career, there's not one sound. Like Elvis had the rockabilly sound. Then during the 60s, after he came out of Germany, he did all the songs with films. And then he had his comeback in 68. And then in the 70s, it was, the Vegas show. We're not one-dimensional artists. We're three-dimensional. We're constantly exploring our palette. I think Father Mikey there is an artist. We're not one color.
That's a good
point.
We're
multiple colors, and it's important to express them all. And some people are going to like it. Some people are not. But as an artist, you got to communicate that. And I feel that I'm going to my origins. Who conquered Southern Italy for hundreds of years? Greater Greece, 2,000 years ago, the Spaniards, Byzantine, the Moors. That's little by little. It's in our blood. You can't get rid of it.
Mikey?
It's in our blood. And we want to bring that out. That's the beauty. That's our story.
I just wanted to say to our listening audience, Michael has ties in the Boston area because he's a graduate of Berklee College of Music. And do you miss the Boston area, Michael?
I do. I miss it very, very much. Last time I was there was 2016.
2016.
6 years ago.
That's a beautiful, beautiful place to have a show. I was fortunate enough to put on a show there, and the wood on the walls, the acoustics, just incredible. Something, I don't know if you know this, but, we just watched the Grammys, Tommy, and it was a great show. It really was. It was a great show. But there have been 311 Grammys passed out the Berklee College of Music graduates.
I want to ask Michael about that because Mikey, that's a great statistic. That's
unbelievable, T.
I know. Michael Castaldo, you graduated from Berklee, and in my opinion, it's one of the top 2, 3, 4 schools of that kind in the country. You know, you've got the conservatory, you've got Juilliard, you've got those places. From a vocal, I mean, like I played drums and I played for 50 years.
And you played very good. You played very good.
Thank you. A lot of guys that I played with went to Berklee and were Berklee grads, but they were all instrumentalists, guitarists, sax players, trumpet players. How does it work at a school like Berklee for a vocalist? I mean, do you also learn how to play instruments, or is it just vocals for 4 years?
So the totem pole of the music business is the instrumentalist, the conductor at the top, and the singers are at the bottom. Singers, unfortunately, it is a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
Female singers are below them. Let's call it what it is. And then singers that don't play an instrument are below them. So you'll find a lot of singers coming out of Berklee that do play multiple instruments, that can write, that can conduct. They can speak to you in the language of music, what key they're in.
Gotcha.
You know, talk to you. Okay, we're going to be coming in at the bridge at this section, and then we're going to segue and we're going to modulate. That's what.
So you're learning the whole package.
Exactly. Hey, Tom, just a suggestion. We're getting into the interview. I think we should listen to a little bit of this latest song by Michael.
Absolutely, but hold on.
The
give
arrangement,
us a little background. Give us a little background on the song first, and then let's go right into it.
Sure. So this actually, the original recording of this was done quite a few years ago on my Bergamo CD. We got critical acclaim on the CD, and whenever I would perform, it was requested that I sing this particular song, and the feedback was always good. And why? People loved the original lyrics, and then hearing it, my interpretation. I wrote the Calabrian lyrics. You could see a smile come on their face, and they would just light up like a light bulb. And I said, okay, let's ride the wave of what happened with Baila Morena. Let's release another thing, hopefully capture the same audience. And we chose to do a remix of Hotel California.
Now, before we go into it real quickly, pay attention, viewers, to the tempo also. It's very, very cool. Can we bring it up for a couple minutes?
Yep, we're going to hear it.
Sì, ma tu a disposizioni. Puoi cercare i miei tindi, vai, ma non tindi poi iri mai. Benvenuti a Hotel California. È un bello posto, è una bella faccia. Vivo una vita a Hotel California. Che bella sorpresa. ti vai, ma non ti indipoi mai.
Outstanding. Very, very, very
Thank
nice.
you.
Michael,
Did you guys catch the ending at the end? Puoi cercare, ma ti vai, ma non ti indipoi mai. It says there, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
You can never leave.
Wow,
But
that's deep. That's deep.
You had some reggae in there.
Tommy, Arabic music. Did I get the sense of Arabic?
No, I'm thinking more Latino. You got some Latino in there. You got some reggae in there.
It's a combination, Mike.
I thought it was Arabic. It sounded Arabic to me.
So the canto flamenco is the flamenco singer.
Right.
Where that style of singing that's come from specifically Andalusia, Spain, that's been influenced by Arab singing, by Indian singing, et cetera, et cetera. It's like one big family, one big umbrella, but there's different segments of that style. In Pakistan, India, it's called Qawwal singing.
Very, very, very.
Congratulations on the arrangement, Michael.
Michael, what about the guitarist? The guitarist was something. Who was playing the acoustic?
Guitarist is an Italian guitarist who's worked with the Gypsy Kings. His name is Francesco Grant.
Excellent.
He and I worked together when I was producing and writing for Jose Feliciano many years ago. And when we record, the days of being all in one studio,
gone.
Like it was during the Sinatra days in the 50s and the Beatles, the 60s,
gone,
and 70s, continuing on, that no longer happens. Now you just create a track, you send it out to Italy, they lay down their guitar, they send it back. You need the background vocals, you send it there, they record on their home studios, they coming back. So it's all this song has traveled the world. Come back to New York.
It's funny because real quickly, during the height of the pandemic, I don't know if you've ever seen the Chicago video, the band Chicago, they did, what the hell was the name of the song? 24, whatever.
25 or 6 to 4.
Right. They did that cut. You should see the video. 10 guys in 10 different cities in their studios playing, and they blended it all together. It's unbelievable.
That is amazing.
Michael,
Really.
what is your website address?
It's michaelcastaldo.com. Michael Castaldo, Castaldo. And you can spell Michael either way. It'll get you there. We got it forwarded.
And what about going forward? How can people download this?
Well, here's the ask. And again, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to share a few minutes with your listening audience. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. The ask is this song launches on Spotify. We're directing everybody to go to Spotify on April 22nd.
22nd.
And to listen to the entire song. It's 5 minutes and 37 seconds. You just heard 2.5 minutes or so.
And what is the name of this? Is it, if they type in Hotel California, we don't want the Eagles to come up.
So Michael Castaldo, Hotel California.
Okay, so you have to type in your name, Michael Castaldo, Hotel California.
Exactly. And in fact, if they do Michael Castaldo, Hotel California remix, you can't miss it. And you'll see it's beautiful scenery of Hollywood with the palm trees during sunset. Hollywood, California is the CD cover.
So for our viewers and listeners, we have a large footprint now because of all the platforms that we're on, Michael, with Spotify and iHeartRadio and all of those, as well as Facebook Live and YouTube. All of our viewers and listeners, if you can do that, April 28th. April 22nd, go to Spotify, just type in Michael Castaldo, Hotel California, and listen to the whole song.
Tommy, just one thing before we go to break. 10 years ago, I saw Michael on TV, and he was performing on the red carpet for a Christopher Columbus celebration in New York City. You remember that, Michael?
I do. I had dancers.
I love that. Sicily. I love that show. I did. I really did.
From Syracuse, Sicily, they came.
I know. Wonderful job, my friend. Hey,
Michael,
thank you very much for taking the time to join us. I hope,
Michael, if you're ever in the area, just
join us live. Come in right into the studio
with us. Right into.
I would love that. Thank you again, guys. Blessings to all of you.
Michael
Happy
Castaldo.
Easter. Happy
Thank you
Easter.
very much.
Happy Easter to you too. Thank you.
Great song. Great song. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We come back. Mikey and I have some stuff to talk about.
Stuff. We got
what?
stuff.
Exactly what? We're not sure, but hang in there. We'll be right back.
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
All right, Mikey boy, he's a one talented guy, man. He's a talented guy.
And plus everything else, he's a hell of a businessman.
Yeah, good guy, very personable, very passionate about his work.
The one thing that we've done a lot of shows together. Mm-hmm. The one thing I've noticed about when Michael performs, he tells a story besides just not doing one song after another. He explains the history of it, where it's from.
Yeah,
and you know something, cool. I think the audience, they get into it. You know a little bit more about what's going to be sung. And he's got that knack, boy. He gets the audience in the palm of his hand.
No, he's very
easy
talented,
and he's laid back. So there's no garbage going on. You know what I mean? He's a pleasure to work with. And you give him a good orchestra like Tommy Lamarck, I mean, he just turns it into perfume. He really does.
Mikey, I was reading an article today in Forbes magazine and in The Atlantic that Father Mikey is traumatized and suing the U.S. government. Have you spoken to him?
I have.
What the hell's going on?
Well, this has been something that's been bothering Father Mikey for quite a while, T. And, he's got a point. He's got a point. He's got a very good point. And this goes back.
Talk to me.
Well, if my understanding, Mr. Rico Petroselli has just walked into the building.
Tell him to sit down. Tell him to come on in and sit with
Rico, over here, Vinica. Getting back to Father Mikey. The year is 1957. Father Mikey's 12 years old to you, right?
Yep.
You've heard, I know there's 10 years difference between you and I, but you've heard
15. Go ahead.
That maybe 20. But the Cold War was really raising its ugly head. Khrushchev came in, got rid of Stalin and all. And at the John Breen Grammar School, where I went to school, and Father Mikey went there too, in 1957, the bells would go off, which meant that we had this drill. And the drill was that you had to stand up, get down on your hands and knees, and crawl underneath your desk. And that was to prepare in case we were going to get hit with bombs. So here I am, 12 years old. The sound would go off, and Father Mikey has experienced nightmares about this. Serious nightmares. And this is what's precipitating. He's having a hard time sleeping. As a matter of fact, he's one of the very few to still have the old bomb shelters that they were selling like crazy. You couldn't get a bomb shelter if you wanted to back in the day. It was just insane. But it was all because of what took place at the John Breen Grammar School, getting down when you're 12 years old, crawling underneath your desk. There was, in my memory, I don't know how Father Mikey feels about this, but of course it's a co-ed class.
Sure.
So you had young ladies, and back then everybody wore skirts. They also had to climb underneath their desk. So some of us used to actually wait for this to happen. You know what I mean?
Rico, did that happen to you?
Yeah, I wore skirts as a kid. Well, went to what do you call it? Catholic school.
Yeah.
And we had to wear skirts.
But did you practice when you were in grammar school or high school? Did you used to practice for the nuclear war in your classroom, hide under your desk and stuff?
Everybody had to.
Sure,
it was mandatory.
Yeah.
It was crazy, T. It was crazy. So what's happened now?
Like the desk are going to help.
Yeah, the
What the hell is a desk going to do?
And you had to do it, and the teacher would walk around to make sure you had your head bent over down by your knees. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Let me ask you both this then.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying, Mikey, is that the desk must have been made out of something special because they drop a bomb.
Platinum.
The whole
it was made out of
school is
platinum,
gone.
Tom.
The whole school is gone.
Yeah.
But all the kids are alive.
Underneath the desk. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was
amazing.
So anyway, all of this has reared its ugly head so many years later with Father Mikey. So he's hired the top 10 lawyers in the country, and you're going to see a civil action suit. He's looking for people to join him, and he's got to put an end to this because he's not sleeping. He's traumatized forever.
Mikey, Rico, welcome back.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thank you very much. It's nice to be somewhere.
How are you, brother?
All right, Mike. How are you?
Now, Mike, Rico drove back. Rico and Elsie drove back. David, what do we have for time? I've kind of lost touch. 3 or 4 minutes?
4.
So 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
So, Mikey, remember that movie, Family Vacation, with Chevy Chase?
Sure.
Okay.
It was just on TV.
They had a dog. And remember they had.
And what was the dog's name? Rico?
I don't know. Remember they had to make a bathroom stop.
Yeah.
And they tied the dog to the back of the car, and then they forgot about him.
Yeah.
And then they travel 200 miles, and they get out of the car, and just the leash is hanging on. Right. Rico tried 3 times to do that on his way home with his dog Louie. How many times did you try to off him?
Well, 3 times. South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia.
But at least temperate zones.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, God.
Good to see you, kid.
Hey, good to see you too,
how's the
Mike.
family, man?
Everybody's good. Yeah, it was a really lousy trip. Terrible.
It's a long drive.
Yeah, it's a long.
And the older we get.
Well, that's true. But the traffic and the repairs, on the road and all kinds of stuff that that they have
You're
to
making
do.
me feel real good because we're leaving a week from
But
tomorrow.
you're flying, aren't you?
No, he's
No,
driving.
we're driving
Oh.
back. We're taking 3 nights and 4 days. We're taking a little vacation. We're going to
Well,
stop in
if
Savannah.
I knew you,
Stop in Richmond.
yeah, right, yeah. If I would have known, I would have left the roadkill there for you.
And you see plenty of that.
Yeah.
That and burnt out tires.
People too. They're crazy. Hey, I'm not kidding.
Rico
People-
and I kept a scorecard one year. Remember that, Rico?
Yeah.
We kept a scorecard of roadkill. Who saw more? There was a couple we couldn't identify, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
You're here safe and sound.
Yeah.
It's a
Mikey,
good
what's
thing.
up for the rest of the weekend?
You know, Tom, the weather here is not looking very favorable starting tomorrow and probably till Saturday morning. So I truthfully, this is a busy time of the year for me because I'm getting my yard ready, and I enjoyed that. Some people don't. I do. Yeah. I love being outside in the fresh air.
I do too. I enjoy
No, don't give me that. You know something? Who are you hogging?
Are you kidding me? I live out in my yard during the summertime.
Yeah, you live in staying on the deck, right?
No,
and
no,
watching
no.
those
I don't
loud
fish.
and
No,
the boats
I
go
don't.
by.
That is not true.
That is not. Hey, listen, we got a minute to go. How about
All right,
yourself? What do you got?
Nothing. We're today. It's 81 degrees. We're going to actually take a little time, sit by the pool today. I'm going to play a little hooky this afternoon. And for our viewers and listeners, by the way, Mr. Petroselli is there because I know a lot of you know that Rico and I co-host and Johnny Mallory the Great American Collectible Show, which we tape right after the Sicilian Corner. So
Don't ever ask me to be on your show, all right? Don't
what
ever
the hell?
ask.
You don't know a goddamn thing about baseball. What do you know? Nothing. Zero.
I know.
You know a lot, though, Mike. You can get a lot of advice about baseball from him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, Mikey, have
Thank
a great week.
Thank
Rico,
you.
I'll
All
see
right.
you in a couple of minutes. And to our viewers and listeners, remember, if you
All right.
can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of anyone, and God bless you.
Thank you for making us part of your Friday, guys. Take care. Have a good one.
Take care now.
Audio Jungle.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.